Hey everybody, this is Frank again, back just to talk to you a little bit. I'm here saying hello to all the Planet Honda customers and to everybody else around the world. We're really just here today to talk a little bit about leasing and financing, some of the differences. Also going to be focusing a little bit on leasing, especially with the times and everything we have going on now. It may be a better opportunity for you, as well as here just to educate some people on actual leasing and what happened now compared to what it was back then. But before we get into anything, we have little Mike here, and just so everybody can see, full on Batman's. So I still encourage you, put your socks in there, put your ties in there, and if you really want to get into a debate, we could talk about who are the best Batmans or rank them. So, but starting out, so going to move over up to leasing a little bit here. So first thing I wanted to cover, and I do have some notes about some things I wanted to touch on, the truth about leasing and how it's different from back then. A lot of people have a bad taste of what leasing used to be or are misinformed of what it is now compared to what it used to be. I would say the biggest difference in leasing, say maybe 20 or so years ago, was that it used to be open ended. The dealers used to get to decide what the residual is. They used to make it up really just based on nothing. And now the residuals are all based from the manufacturer. So you can actually find out how much you would owe, or if you chose to buy or lease out at the end, you would know how much that you're going to pay. That and they also didn't uh, give you or offer gap insurance, which these things we will get into later. But I figure those are some of the biggest things that I hear a lot of people talking about, and just wanted to let some people know that there are a lot of differences, especially with the Fair Practice Acts now. As a dealer, we have to practice by certain things to help the customer. So now, if we look for leasing versus financing, one of the things is I lease all my cars. I'm on my sixth lease. For me, as you'll see, leasing actually gives you some more options. So your standard lease is 12,000 miles a year, which equals 36,000 miles over 3 years. Keep in mind that total amount is what you have to be concerned with over the full term. It's not just 12 a year, it's 36 over 3 years. Does give you more options as far as you can lease it and keep it for the full 3 years and turn it in at the end. You can, about that 2 years is that mark where you can start to see if you have equity in the vehicle, which you can trade in and then put it towards your next purchase. You can also buy out your lease, um, and it's always going to cost you less monthly, money down, everything's going to be less. So you do have the miles to worry about, as I was talking to you about. You can do a 10, 12, or 15. And you can actually pre-purchase miles, which would be a lot cheaper than if you were just to set the miles and just go over them. So again, good and bad for leasing. I said it was less money out of pocket. Usually it's $2,000 due at signing. That's how we show everything here. And I pulled it up on here. Let's just say you were leasing, I'm sorry, a CRV-EX. We are fully transparent here, so we do show everything. And as you can see down here, it will say the money due at signing is $2,000. That would cover your first payment, your tax, tags, and your cap cost reduction. So technically, your first payment wouldn't be due for about another 45 days after this. Less money monthly because we only show 2,000 due at signing. For every additional $1,000 you put down, all that's going to do is take away about $30 off your monthly payment. Remember, in leasing, money down does not change your buyout at the end. All it will do will change your monthly payment. Financing, on the other hand, any amount of money you put down will come off of your complete payoff. It also helps you about $15 to $20 per month, taking off the monthly amount depending on how long you have your terms for. More about leasing, you're actually covered throughout the whole time you have the lease. So say a 3 year, 36,000 miles, you're actually covered with that. Honda gives you 3 years, 36,000 miles of a limited manufacturer warranty, and they also give you 5 years, 60,000 miles, which is a powertrain warranty. So you are actually covered through those whole thing. Not only do you get the warranty, but Honda also gives you gap coverage, which I'll get into a little bit later. I was actually doing some numbers, and I do this all the time with customers when they compare a lease to a buy. Now we're pandemic or post-pandemic, if you will, inventory shortages, and if you do the hard numbers on it, you can actually lease two vehicles over a total of 6 years and pay less than if you buy one vehicle and finance that for 6 years. Love to be able to show you the numbers here. Just give me a few minutes. I'll show you that also going forward. Like I said, about 2.5 years is really that mark when you're in a lease to see if you have equity or not. And like I said, if you do have that positive equity, you can just move that into your next vehicle, and that'll help with your money due at signing or your money down. Keep in mind with the lease, you're only paying the depreciated value here, and all the residuals for Honda are really high because they hold their value so well. They're not used as fleet vehicles. I can tell you right now, CRV EX at the end of the 3 years, $19,614 is what you'd be looking to finance if you wanted to buy out your vehicle. It's nice because this will always stay the same, and Honda gives you this right up front. Again, fully transparent with everything here, so you can see all any charges, anything like that. We do not charge the doc fees or dealer fees. So with the lease, like I said, you get GAP, you get $500 wear and tear from Honda, who aren't going to nick you for every little thing, but those bigger things, they're going to count. But then again, if you sell it to a dealership, some things you don't have to worry about. So you get the GAP, $500 wear and tear. You decide to lease again with Honda. They're actually going to take that $500 wear and tear, and they're going to double that to $1,000. Always looking out for you, always trying to do what's best for their customer. In a finance now, you are actually responsible for your own car. And I know a lot of people say leasing, you don't own the car, you're renting it. Well, you're actually paying the depreciated value for how long you have the car, and then you have the option if you want to go ahead and buy it. Think of it this way. If you're financing a car, you don't own that car until that car is paid off with the bank. So whether you take a 3, 4, 5, 6 year loan, you're not going to own that car until it's paid off. Once it is paid off, everything falls on you. So just want to show you here. As you can see, 3 years, 36,000 miles comes with the manufacturer warranty. 5 years, 60,000 on that powertrain. After that 60,000 mile mark, you're fully responsible. So if you don't purchase an extended warranty or if anything with insurance, again, it is an expense that will fall on you. So money due at signing, as I showed you right down here, 2,000. For every 1,000 you put down, would lower that about $30. Every 1,000 you put down on a finance, about 15 to 20, depending on the term. That money due again covers that first tax, tags, anything additional is about 30. I want to show you here at 441.44. A little quick math for you. So you take that 441.34 times 36 months, gives you 15,888 plus the $2,000 you had due at signing. That's 17,888. And now I just want to show you if you decided to lease again after that. So I'm going to multiply that by 2. 35,776. 2 leases. Wrote it nice, sloppy, and quick for you. So let me just jump over to, I want to show you the finance as well. Now, finance on a 60-month term with the incentivized rates that we show you from Honda, with 3,000 down, you're at 572.84 a month, right? So let's take that 572.84, and we're just going to run these right back. Times 60 months, because that's how long your term is for. 34. $370. Now keep in mind, you also put $3,000 down, so we're going to add $3,000 to that. $37,370 you would pay over 60 months, as opposed to $35,776 over 2 leases for 6 years. Keep in mind, if you trade it in at 2.5 years, and you have equity in the vehicle, you're actually not even paying that much. So, like I said, a lot of options. So like I said, you get the gap, the wear and tear. You have the ability to upgrade, so it's nice because every 3 years, roughly, Honda does refreshes on their vehicles about every 5 to 6 years and do remodels. So you can get right into the latest technology, get right into the latest car, especially with the way inventory is now. Maybe there's not a specific car you want to buy. Maybe you just need something. Maybe it's always a need before a want. Maybe it's building your credit. Leasing is a great way to go. It's a temporary thing that you have the choice to extend or make permanent. Like I said, less money down, less money a month. Um, Keep upgraded, keep in track with all the new vehicles coming out. I lease all my vehicles. Like I said, I feel like it's something that works out great for me. I really do hope if you guys have any questions, please feel free to hammer away with the questions. We'd love to help you out. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for his leasing and financing. I tried to make it just a little bit simple today, just get through some key things and some educational reasons as to why leasing may be beneficial over financing. We'd love for you guys to come in, look at all this. We'd go over every option with you. We show you the full breakdown of everything so nothing's hidden, and you'd be able to know all your options before making the best decision for you, whether it be lifestyle wise and or budget wise. So again, my name is Frank. You can always reach me at 303-215-4215. You can also get me on my email at fbuonacore@planethonda.com. All that stuff is right down at the bottom there. Can't wait to see you. Today's Wednesday, so real quick, I'm just going to give it up for Zach. It's windy, it's Wednesday, and he wanted it to be a wins day. So we'll go with that one for Zach. And I just want to thank Chad. Chad's also our leasing specialist here. So if you do have any questions and would like to speak with him, feel free to come on in and he'll help you out with everything you need.